Donald Trump just had a truly humiliating experience in the Oval Office where Prime Minister Carney here of Canada called him out to his face. And as you can see, Donald Trump was none too happy. And Donald Trump just truly does not understand trade. It's so funny to me that we have this president who thinks he's the master of getting deals done when he doesn't understand the basics of our economy. And you have to watch Carney's reaction here as Donald Trump claims that America doesn't do much business with Canada. I've got some fact checking on the other side.
During the campaign, Prime Minister Carney talked about the American vitriol. How do you react if Canada decided not to shop in the American store as much as before and decided to partner with other countries?
Well, we don't do much business with Canada from our standpoint. They do a lot of business with us. We're at like 4%, and usually those things don't last very long. You know, we have great things, great product, the kind of product we sell nobody else can sell, including military. Look, we make the best military equipment in the world, and Canada buys our military equipment, which we appreciate, but we make the best military equipment in the world by far. The missiles, the submarines, everything we have is really top notch.
So did you clock that reaction from Carney there? He was just like, what the hell is this guy saying?
The American store.
Do much business with Canada from our standpoint. They do a lot of business with us. We're at like 4%.
He's like, really? Really, bitch? Canada is one of our largest trade partners. U.S. total goods trade with Canada was estimated at $760 billion in 2024. U.S. good exports to Canada, meaning the stuff that they bought from us, was around $350 billion. This is from Donald Trump's own Office of United States Trade. So this is from Donald Trump's own government saying that Canada is a huge, huge business for the United States. And they almost, I think they're like 14% of our exports go to Canada. So Donald Trump has, as I'm sure you're not surprised to hear, no idea what he's talking about. A reporter then brought up the fact, and this is where it's really beautiful. A reporter brought up the fact that Donald Trump has repeatedly said that he wants Canada to become the 51st state. And Trump said, well, it takes two to tango. But then Carney really just like was an alpha dog to Donald Trump's face, humiliated him in his own Oval Office. Watch this.
Mr. President,
Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to get your response to this too. Mr. President, you have said that Canada should become the 51st state.
Yeah. No. Well, I still believe that, but you know, it takes two to tango, right? But no, I do. I mean, I believe it would be a massive tax cut for the Canadian citizens. You get free military, you get tremendous medical cares and other things. There would be a lot of advantages, but it would be a massive tax cut. And it's also a beautiful, you know, as a real estate developer, you know, I'm a real estate developer at heart. When you get rid of that artificially drawn line, somebody drew that line many years ago with like a ruler, just a straight line right across the top of the country. When you look at that beautiful formation when it's together, I'm a very artistic person, but when I looked at that beauty, I said, that's the way it was meant to be. But, you know, it's, I do feel it's much better for Canada, but we're not going to be discussing that unless somebody wants to discuss it. I think that there are tremendous benefits to the Canadian citizens, tremendously lower taxes, free military, which honestly we give you essentially anyway, because we're protecting Canada if you ever had a problem. But I think it would really be a wonderful marriage because it's two places that get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale.
That's true.
We're sitting in one right now, you know, Buckingham Palace that you visited as well.
That's true.
And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever. But the opportunity is in the partnership and what we can build together. And we have done that in the past. And part of that, as the president just said, is with respect to our own security. And my government is committed for a step change in our investment in Canadian security and our partnership, and I'll say this as well, that the President has revitalized international security, revitalized NATO, and us playing our full weight in NATO, and that will be part of it.
And they have.
What's really incredible about that moment is that Carney stood his ground. He was able to, at the same time, stroke Donald Trump's ego, being like, you know about real estate. You know, of course, as you know, some things are just not for sale. And Donald Trump this is why this man never should have been president. He is so easy to manipulate. He is just so easy to manipulate. You can watch that clip back. You can see in real time Donald Trump getting manipulated. And Donald Trump said this about the word concession. I don't think he knows what this word means. A reporter asked, what's the top concession you want out of Canada? And Trump goes, friendship. I'm serious.
Please.
What's the top concession you want out of Canada? The top concession you want out of Canada?
Concession?
Yes.
Friendship.
What an idiot. He's such an idiot. And Carney did not stop there. He didn't stop there. He went further. A reporter then asked Trump if Canadians don't want to be the 51st state, if he would respect that. Trump said sure, but then Carney laid into him and delivered a lot of facts. Watch this.
The 51st state,
Yeah.
if Canadians don't want it, would you respect that?
Sure, I would. But this is not necessarily a one-day deal. This is over a period of time they have to make that decision. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may. If respectfully, Canadians' view on this is not going to change on the 51st state. Secondly, we are the largest client of the United States in the totality of all the goods. So we are the largest client of the United States. We have a tremendous auto sector between the two of us, and the changes that made have been helpful. 50% of a car that comes from Canada is American. That's not like anywhere else in the world. And to your question about is there one thing? No, this is a bigger discussion. There are much bigger forces involved, and this will take some time and some discussions, and that's why we're here, to have those discussions, and that is represented by who's sitting around the table.
See, the conflict here.
Carney has Trump literally in the palm of his hand. Trump is putty. That's because Trump has a simple mind, and he is a man that will bend to anyone with the right amount of flattery, and also if you're a little bit firm. He does love someone who stands their ground. So this was a masterclass from Canada. Canada, you are so lucky. You have elected an actual leader and liberal, and I am insanely jealous. You are very lucky. You're in good hands in the United States. Again, was made to look like fools by our foolish president.